Thank you for volunteering to be a Career Bridge mentor. We are grateful for your interest and know that your professional experience will be a great help for our students. My name is Shauna Livers, and I'm the Career Bridge Success Coach. My role is to manage the Career Bridge program, and I will be your main contact. This video will provide you with information about the need in our community, an overview of the Career Bridge program, information about your mentor commitment, tips for working with the adult English language learners, information on RALC's volunteer policies, and details about your next steps. Our service area is Richardson and the Richardson ISD geographic area, which includes Lake Highlands, parts of North Dallas, and parts of Garland. There are more than 19,000 students in this area who speak little to no English. More than 11,000 live in poverty, primarily because they can only get jobs that pay low wages, since they don't yet speak English well. In fact, more than 80% of RALC students have a household income of less than $31,000. The Career Bridge program builds on RALC's history of effective, traditional ESL instruction and adds a career-focused class where the curriculum focuses on identifying and cultivating students' interests and skills, exploring career pathways, developing job-related knowledge and skills, and preparing students to be workforce ready or towards an educational path. Students participating in the Career Bridge program have been selected because they've identified a work-related goal for improving their English. Prior to being invited to participate, they were further surveyed related to career readiness and to ensure they have enough English to be successful in the program, job interviews, and with potential employers. Supports are also put in place, like providing each student with a mentor, so that students are more successful in achieving their workforce goal. At the end of the class, students will bridge to an educational training program for their career pathway or obtain an entry-level job in the career pathway of their choice. This type of program is offered throughout the United States. In fact, the federal government defines these types of programs as a series of connected education and training strategies, support services that enable individuals to secure industry-relevant certification, obtain employment in an occupational area, and to advance to higher levels of future education and employment in that area. Although you'll be helping students in the Career Bridge class, please know that they're also taking traditional ESL classes, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays. These classes focus on teaching English grammar, vocabulary, listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills through thematic units. RALC teaches 10 levels of English. The students in the Career Bridge program are intermediate to advanced level students. Now, let's talk about the mentor commitment. This volunteer role will take about 3 to 5 hours a month. The role includes attending 2 to 3 Career Bridge classes during the semester, mentoring 2 to 3 students as they participate in the Career Bridge program, bridge to vocational training, and ultimately find an entry-level position in the career path they selected. Communicating regularly with your mentees. Most communication will be via email 2 to 4 times a month to check in with them. Other communication will come when you see them in the classes you attend. As a side, emailing with your mentees also helps them become more comfortable with receiving, sending, or replying to professional emails. These are meant to be quick check-in emails that elicit a short response from students. Once classes end in December, we ask that you continue to send emails once a month to check in on your students' progress in their training and, ultimately, their job search. We expect most will complete vocational training from January to April or May and begin their job search immediately thereafter. We'll provide reminders about emailing your students. And finally, we ask that you share key communications that you think are important for them to be aware of. For instance, maybe one of your mentees is having challenges with transportation to their vocational training program in January. You'd want to let us know so I can work with the student on solutions. Working with adult English language learners is so rewarding. Here are a few tips to make your experience and their experience equally positive. Be positive and encouraging. Learning a new language and new skills is intimidating for anyone. Your positivity and encouragement can allow students to feel more comfortable. Ask questions and allow wait time for student response. When you ask a question in English, the student typically has to hear it in English, translate the question in their mind to their home language, determine the answer in their home language, translate that answer to English, and then verbalize the answer in English. That can take 10 plus seconds. Speak clearly and slower than you typically speak. Be aware of and minimize your use of idioms and slang. To English language learners, these are completely confusing and unfamiliar. Use simple vocabulary, grammar, and short sentences. Check frequently for understanding. After you've been talking for a while, you might ask the student what they heard you say, or pause and ask what you said is confusing or not familiar to them. Make material and information relevant to the adult student. Getting off topic or diving too deep into a topic can be confusing to students. Engage all students if working in a group setting. Some are naturally more comfortable speaking English, but all should participate and engage in the conversation taking place. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Provide corrections, but in a positive, respectful way. Understand that adult learners have other life commitments. If they're not responding to emails or other communication in an appropriate amount of time, you might ask if they're facing any challenges currently. This would also be something to share with me as the success coach. Respect cultural differences. Students are learning cultural norms in our country, but that takes time. As an example, in some cultures, it's disrespectful to look someone in the eyes when speaking to them. If you see this is the case for a student you're working with, let them know in a positive way that maintaining eye contact in our country is a sign of respect and politeness. RALC's volunteer policies are found in the RALC Volunteer Information Packet. Key policies are background checks. Volunteers must complete and pass a background check before actively volunteering with RALC. A link to the background check form will be mailed to you. Confidentiality. Volunteers are responsible for maintaining the confidentiality of all proprietary or privileged information to which they're exposed while serving as a volunteer. Whether this information involves a staff member, volunteer, student, or other person, or involves overall RALC business. Dress code. Volunteers should dress appropriately for their volunteer role. Because we teach students from many cultures, clothing should be modest. No low-cut necklines, sleeveless tops, dresses, or short shorts or short skirts. Teaching site. Volunteers and students must meet in mutually convenient public places. For example, your Richardson Public Library. You cannot go to their home or other private location. As an example, if you were to meet one of your mentees to assist them with career preparation, it must be in a public place. Transportation. Volunteers cannot provide transportation to students. The remaining RALC volunteer policies, again, can be found in the volunteer information packet that was emailed to you. So now we're at the end of this training, but it's just the beginning of your involvement with RALC's Career Bridge program. Let's talk about your next steps. Please complete and return to me your volunteer data form. It's one of the PDFs I emailed you. Next, please sign up to attend 2 to 3 Career Bridge classes this fall. Ideally, you'd want one of those classes to be in October so you can meet your mentees in person. I've emailed you the link to signing up to attend classes. I'll be connecting you to your mentee students via email by mid-October. After I've connected you via email, please begin emailing your mentee students about once every other week or so to check in on them. I'll also provide you with sample emails and reminders. And lastly, please maintain a log of your communication with mentee students. I'll email you a log you can use when I email you your list of mentee students. We hope this experience is as rewarding to you as it will be to our students participating in this program. For most goals in life, having someone who has gone before you and is willing to share their experience and provide advice makes achieving that goal far more likely. Thank you for providing these students with a greater opportunity to achieve their goals.